They're the best. And
Narbe went with us, and he's like, "Your fans are like really positive, and really, really nice."
Yeah.
Other games I worked on, they're not like that.
That's cool.
So,
Yeah, and
That's so
yeah,
good.
Narbe and Drew came to give us backup just because we got so busy. So that was amazing.
Yep.
Great.
Yep.
We bird lifted them in.
It
Yeah,
was
we
bird
bird
lifted
lifted
them in.
them in with metal lifters.
So now we're going to show you the dev build.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, dev
Here we
build.
go.
Activate
Camera
focus.
shaking.
Typical.
So this transition will still be different for gameplay. This is still using this is our big reveal transition that we used.
So
And
here we go.
sound's working for them, Warren? Yeah.
The idea that never really came across was that you were supposed to be getting magnetized
Right.
while this process, so you didn't just get flung out, and then when you were ready, he was going to release you.
In fact, the effects look like they're not even...
Yeah.
Ortis
yeah.
needs to say
So-
more stuff.
Yeah, he needs. Yeah, definitely.
Okay,
People want
I'll do
Ortis
some
to talk
Ortis
more.
impressions, even though I can't do it.
So
All
now,
right,
Archwing,
now
Scott.
Scott is
now.
Scott's about to hop into real gameplay right now.
All right,
So,
so this is it. This is it. Here we go. Got some Grenier
MLG Pro.
flying
Yeah.
these pods here.
And it was just decided yesterday these Grenier designs are going to be.
Oh, is that a melee?
Yeah, we're
This skip's
redesigning.
being redesigned,
They're
right?
we're redesigning the enemy.
Did you shoot out that glass?
Shoot at some glass, fly through it. That's
That's all.
It's obviously the best part of this whole thing.
All
Whoa, collision.
right.
We did
So
that
what
on
can we?
purpose.
So one of our questions about the Archwing is what can we actually expect the Archwing to do? We want to know what we're looking at when it comes to this
Archwing gives you oxygen, so you don't
Yep.
so you don't pass out.
And that's the main feature.
That's actually the main feature. The propulsion benefits are sort of a sub-secondary purpose.
So we have the Archwing system. He's out there shooting Grenier.
Yeah.
So in each Archwing, I forget what this Archwing is called. Scott, you see what it's called?
So actually, Rexel
we can't see
asks.
it.
It's actually in the upper. It's on the upper right. What do they call it?
Oh, Danatata.
Ononata. Yeah. So that's like that's like a dragonfly. That is what
Ononata.
that means.
Yeah.
So Archwing is there's going to be multiple Archwings in the game. All the Archwings are going to work on any Warframe. So it really is like splitting off a sub arsenal
Yep.
for yourself. You have your arc. You can choose what Archwing you want to have. You can choose what heavy weapon you want. In this case, he's got like a crazy big minigun. What's that one called, Scott?
Imposter or imposer or something?
Imperator.
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 Yeah, Imperator.
Carrie's
So-
working on a railgun right now.
working on a railgun.
Yep.
And then you also will have basically a heavy melee weapon, like an Archwing.
So you select the
specific
Archwing, and then you've got these two slots.
Yeah,
that
that's
you
right.
fill.
And then we're kind of mimicking. We want the actual gameplay mechanics that you're used to playing to kind of mirror into this game style. So you won't be able to use your power set, but each Archwing will come with 4 different unique weapon types that are
Right. So in using
Yeah.
this wing set, I have
Yeah.
4 powers.
You have 4 powers. So
And-
Scott did a couple of them. He launched a shield. Yeah, I think he
Can you
launched
launch
like a
one
counter.
for us now? So
There's-
that's a
there's the
missile.
counter
That's a
yeah.
cannon. Oh, okay. So what's that?
That's a stasis.
That's a stasis
sphere,
sphere. Yeah.
All right. And I mean,
It takes them 3 hours to thaw.
Yeah.
we kind of dropped. Stop it. We dropped Baylor Fomorian as something that
Yeah.
players can expect. Is that really?
Yeah, and so your Warframe in this mode becomes kind of like the energy source for the Archwing, but it's 1 through 4. Its 4 abilities kind of eclipse what your Warframe has.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So they get remapped. So I think what's really exciting with that is that people get to learn different Archwings, and then they can kind of mix and match them with the.
Do you know how many
Warframe
we're going to
weapons.
ship with?
That is still up in the air.
Right.
Obviously, we always do Magic 3s for this stuff, but you know, we'll see where we get.
Right.
Mobility-wise, it should feel similar as well. Like you're going to be able to,
Accelerate.
like you'll have the mechanics of sliding. Like
Oh, okay.
so for this, in this case, I think when you sprint, you can't shoot, but if you slide, or if you hit crouch, so that it would mimic sliding, you can kind of you keep your sprint momentum going. You can do strafe runs, so you can
Okay.
still shoot while keep that speeding. And then when you're in melee mode, you can do a custom melee attack,
Right.
similar to a slide attack.
Right. So
So-
the general muscle memory of
Exactly.
running through the level
Yeah.
is very
Yeah.
much applied at this
Yeah.
level.
And proof that this is on dev, I can see a glitch already.
Yeah, there's lots.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is this is the invisible weapon, which is the most powerful. Oh, there it is. Okay, it's back.
Right. So we're talking.
So the Baylor Fomorians are the new Fomorians that Heck was trying to build,
Yes.
right? And this
Yes.
is what actually destroyed that Corpus ship that you were on. So it kind of started with a Corpus mission, and then it transitioned into this. when the Corpus ship was blown up. I don't know how far you. Oh yeah, you've flown
He's going
quite a ways
Yeah.
away,
Yeah,
haven't you?
He's in an asteroid, it looks in it.
So
Wow.
Am I gonna go to the forum?
yeah, if you want, yeah, for
Fomorian.
sure. You want me to talk about explaining it, Scott, or you want
my
to talk?
God.
Yeah. So here is
It's a little bit big.
the Fomorian with its.
Yeah.
Good lord.
There it is.
Yeah, it's pretty massive, and he's like basically on turbo right now, and it's still
Yeah.
hardly moving.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So this
Where
ship
are you going?
is freakishly huge, and then of course you fly into one of the chambers to kind of do your Death Star attack on it.
Oh my.
And he's inside the belly of the beast.
So he's inside the belly of the beast, and then your objective at this moment is to injure it from the inside because it can't attack small craft, and this is kind of based on the like where Archwing originally comes from in the lore.
Yeah.
Wow. Holy, yeah, because everyone was saying, what's a Baylor Fomorian? And,
Yep. Baylor Fomorian is just like Fomorian amped.
Yeah.
and now you know.
Yeah, and so
I love that.
the really cool thing is the way Scott's got this set up. I think you disabled it for this demo, but you have to use the debris and plan your route to get to the Fomorian.
Yeah,
Otherwise, it
that's
will
right.
nuke you with
Yeah.
the super red Eye of Sauron.
Yeah.
So that's kind of part of the strategy is fighting the local enemies, but also making sure that you're kind of going between
Right.
islands of
A little bit of cover.
of asteroids and debris
Yeah.
and all that sort of thing.
So how
so-
does this work cooperatively, if at all?
Oh,
yeah,
it
totally.
works cooperatively.
How do revives work in space?
How do revives work in space? In a very fascinating and
Yeah,
interesting
there's a
way.
whole new mechanic for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have
I
a
was
lot
just-
still to.
We have a lot to cover.
There's still a lot
Obviously,
to
you're going to
cover.
be, in your 0G bleed out, and then someone's got to come over and revive
Right.
you. But yeah,
That's insanely
we're,
awesome.
we're trying to map the game onto this.
So what we've established is there's going to be a whole new weapon set for the Archwing loadout.
And this was Mag Prime's lore entry. I just saw someone make that connection.
Yes.
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 Yes. For so long you've been sitting on
know.
this, wanting to
Yeah.
tell them whoever guessed that Meg
Yeah.
Prime with the wings.
Yeah. Whoever guessed that was very clever.
Excellent. That is amazing. So we have whole new weapons coming with the system. You cannot use your existing loadout. Someone actually, Kaiken asks, can I use my Soma in space? Can I use my existing weapons?
We definitely pursued that for a
We
while.
did. We
Yeah.
started there, and then I think even just we realized how, well, it was like such a huge content sink to have every weapon in this setup work, and then we'd have to restrict some people's weapons, like you
Right.
can't use bows.
Right. There's some weapons you won't
Right.
be able to.
kunai,
Yeah, who
know,
you,
like-
you could gravity plus.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and then just
Kunai in
I know,
space.
exactly.
We had kunai, and I think
Yeah.
flamethrower was another
Yeah.
one. That was
Yeah,
pretty
flamethrower.
nasty.
That's not gonna work
Yeah.
very well.
Will Kubro get Archwings? What happens to your companion?
And then I think just given the enemy types that we're going to be fighting in here, it just seemed more appropriate to give you. It really just seemed more appropriate to give you custom weapon.
Right.
Yeah,
I
this
think
setup.
you made the right choice
Yeah.
there. I mean, I
Yeah.
can't imagine the flamethrower making any sense at all
Yeah.
Yeah.
in space.
And I think it'd be more exciting for people to have this
you have
other
a push-off
mode
then?
to
Yep.
customize.
We have some push off
that it?
items. It's not in yet.
It's not in
I think we're still prototyping that.
Because some of that stuff looked pretty neat.
Steve and Scott didn't like it. They're like,
What?
yep.
Oh, really?
So
That's what the sound we
We
make.
hate everything. Why don't we hate everything that's
What
good?
didn't we like? What did we
We
get
kind
confused
of
of?
we did some test animations where you can kind of, again, to kind of work in wall running.
you can use the environment,
You can kind of grab and push off with the environment,
but it's not in right now.
It's not in right now.
Oh, 'cause someone was asking, can I use the terrain to propel myself further? In chat,
Yeah,
I just saw
yeah.
that.
We did a really kind of rough animation test with that.
And what are your abilities? Someone asked about abilities because I think they missed that. Archwing
We-
kind of
I-
remaps
yeah.
your abilities. Scott, what do you got on
So
this guy?
4 is like a toggled stasis bubble.
Yep.
So press 4 once, press
yeah.
again.
So this basically creates a slow bubble in space.
Yep.
3 is homing missiles.
Okay.
So
Get some of those. Yeah. Oh, that seems very effective.
That is
Yeah.
amazing.
and
That
then
is awesome.
2 is his anti-missile system. So when you're
Love it.
stationary, it kind of looks like angel wings.
Yep.
And when you're
No
flying,
accident. Yeah.
you,
And then one is the shield, isn't it?
They're like
Yeah.
countermeasures.
Oh, countermeasures.
Oh, I see.
one
so,
is a shield that kind of gives you a front-facing shield to block enemy fire.
wow.
Yeah.
Oh, so it actually moves with you.
Yeah.
Are there going to
it's
be
stuck to you?
What's kind of the theme of the next Archwings we can expect? This one is obviously very much utility and control.
Yeah.
Are we going to have like stealth Archwing? Is that going to make its way into it at all?
Yeah, I think like the rest of the Warframes, I think sky's the limit. You know, we'll come up with themes, we'll come up with
Yeah.
ideas. And, you know, hopefully the community is like, hey, I want to see an Archwing that does X, Y, Z, and we're
Yep.
like, yeah, that sounds amazing. We'll make
Oh,
it.
someone just says very Zone of Enders feeling.
Yay!
Yeah.
Okay, we can finally cross off.
I saw a question like, what does slide do?
So
that was the
in your. Oh, so actually Scott can show what the slide does with the melee weapon. Oh, you're disappearing gun.
Spring gun.
Your gun disappear. You probably have to switch back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there it is. So when you have your gun out and you sprint and slide. Oh, okay, I was going to do this melee. So it's a custom attack that doesn't actually function yet. It doesn't have any damage associated with it yet, but it'll be a more powerful kind of radial attack, kind of like when you sprint and slide, you just slide back.
Right.
So, and then when you have your weapon out, when you slide in space, it'll keep your sprint momentum speed-wise, and
Okay.
you can do strafe runs. And we don't have it in here, but there's a couple tests with the Grenier Galleons kind of popping in.
Okay.
And they have a whole bunch of cannons on the side of their ship, so you kind of do a strafe run and take out the cannons
Nice.
as you go by.
Wow. People are asking about, of course, loot drops in space. How will this work for any loot-based
you wanna talk about
gameplay?
the asteroid stuff?
Oh yeah, asteroids.
yeah, it works.
It does. You have to physically pick it up and it comes to you. Is
Yep,
there gonna be-
it's touch based.
Are you talking about the extra mining stuff?
Yeah, I mean, when we first got it working, we didn't really have any enemies, but I still thought it was just awesome just to kind of fly around and kind of explore and like look for resources. So maybe there might be something where it's sort of like a little
A
kind
leisurely
of leisurely go for a stroll and
Destroy some asteroids.
yeah, look for some rubido, you know.
So you can just kind of go asteroid mining on your own time.
Yeah, we'll see what we have for 15, but yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I think
There we go.
it's sort of a neat diversion
Right.
for the game, and
Sentinels or Kubros?
Yeah, a lot of people saying what happens to my companions. I would think they're not eligible
They
to
just
come.
float away.
Ordis
Yeah.
has to pick them up.
Or just picks them up.
Yep.
No, they're strapped to your bottom.
It's like
Does this dog
It's like
carrier?
tandem
Like
bird lifters.
Yeah, you can only use one hand at a time.
I think
unfortunately.
this, like,
Yep.
obviously this is an entirely different gameplay as well, but it's the first time you'll get to put, offensive skill set on some frames that, a Trinity who has
Yeah,
blessing.
definitely.
So if
Yeah.
she's going around with this on,
Yeah.
you suddenly have any frame can use this power. And we did do a poll and submission a while ago for generic powers,
Yeah.
your calls for that. So is that going to be put on hold for this type of approach to,
No, I think that's still in development.
that's still in development?
Yeah, I think this is another subset of basically sub-Warframe style abilities
Gotcha.
that work in a space flight bird lifter context.
Gotcha.
Are weapons tied to Archwing type?
No.
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 Nope.
But there are Archwing weapons,
There are Archwing weapons.
so they
Yeah.
work with them all.
Yep.
Yep. I gotcha.
I love the ripped open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Corporate
So there's
ship.
just decimated ships here.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Pure carnage.
Yeah. So the beginning of this mission, basically, you start out as it's a Corpus mission, and as you go through, the Lotus is telling you like something's wrong, and you start to see. Do you remember the invasion missions with
Yep.
the Grenier pods landing and exploding into it?
Yep.
We've gone back and retrofitted the tiles, having the Grenier actually showing up. Mixed enemy type style, so you'll have Corpus fighting Grenier, and then by the time you get to the end of this mission, the current setup is what you currently see, which is like this is two under attack. You got to Archwing it.
Gotta
Bird lifter.
Archwing it.
So what happens
Gotta-
when you collide with stuff? I see that question popping up a few times.
We showed the window.
Yeah, hit the
You do it
window.
again.
You're sending him on a kamikaze
No,
course.
no. Let's pull up.
Do it again.
Oh, I thought there were sparks and stuff from that. Never mind. Never mind.
Yesterday there were sparks. Apparently
really?
they didn't take
Okay.
it out.
You're sending him on a path to hit
Alright.
things on purpose.
So you can take a little bit of damage, or yeah, it looks
Yeah,
like you
you
take
do.
a bit of shield damage there.
I
yeah.
think Jacques was saying I think it is speed based as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
So there's a small hit that you get every now and then. Yeah, there's a small hit there.
Wow.
So. Oh.
All right.
That is insane.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Awesome.
Scott.
Thanks,
It
Scott.
looks pretty exciting.
Holy shoot.
Yep.
Oh my god, I can't wait. I can't wait.
pretty fun to work on.
I can't wait.
it's-
That's unlike anything I've ever could have imagined to play in Warframe.